let's start with, wait, I was gonna say something. Hi there, I'm glad to be back here today to share more gift ideas with you. I'm so glad the last gift idea video helped you, the batch sewing gifts for Christmas. This one is going to be about things to sew for kids, from babies to teens, not just those middle years, those are the easy years, but also things for little ones and also things for teenagers, of which I have 3. Let's get started. I'm Nikki, this is Pin Cut Sew, and I'm very happy you're here today. I love to make Christmas videos and I love to sew Christmas gifts, but there are some things I've discovered over the years that always go over well with each age group, so I'm going to tell you what they are. Some of these items I do have patterns and videos for, and I will make note of that while we talk about them. Other ones I don't, but I also can share some resources for you to find patterns. Some of them are kind of open-ended, just ideas for you to create on your own or find patterns for, but I will try to list and link as many as I can to make it easier for you. So let's start with babies. There are 2 things I love to make for babies. One is a ribbon tag baby blanket. Babies always love the ribbons. Have you ever noticed how they will take anything and they'll find the tag on it and play with it? So that is why when my little ones were babies, I designed a ribbon tag baby blanket. Now you can watch the video tutorial for that and or buy the little printable tutorial to go with it. And I have made countless ribbon tag baby blankets over my lifetime as a mom, because they just make great gifts. Babies love them, the mamas love them, they're not expensive to make, and they're pretty fast. The other thing is something I just designed this last year, and that is this cute sensory baby block. I made this because someone in my church was having a baby and I went to her baby shower and I just thought it would be so fun to make something like this. So I did. I made a pattern and a video for it, and it's so cute because her baby comes to church playing with this all the time, and you can tell that it has been well loved. So this was so fun to put together. It's a blast making all of the little elements to go on it. And so this is just a fun toy. Otherwise, you know, things like bibs and burp cloths are great for mom, but they're not necessarily fun for the baby. This is fun for the baby, and so is the ribbon tag blanket. Okay, for toddlers, I would say like 2, 3, and up. I think anything that they can put things in, so like little bags and little purses, that's kind of universally loved by little kids. I do have a few. I have this little drawstring pouch, but this is probably more for older kids. So, oh, here's my little purse. This is a purse that I designed for my own daughter when she was little, and I've made a few since, and this is a pattern in my shop now in a video tutorial. But kids just love anything they can put things in. So for boys, little tote bags, little drawstring bags, especially little drawstring backpacks, boys love those. So that's a good idea for toddlers. And then also anything that's like considered a play set. So if you make like a felt roads that a little boy can play with his cars on, or girls, whatever. Little baby dolls. I have one pattern that's specifically for little ones, this Phoebe rag doll. She comes with little clothes and a little diaper for you to make, and then any way for them to carry a baby doll they always really love. So this doll actually fits in this purse. See how cute? This doll comes in animal forms too, so little dolls. And then I have like a nativity play set. I'm thinking about turning the nativity play set into also a farm animal play set with little farmers and animals. Anything like that where little ones can take things in or put things in and take things out and play with and arrange. Little kids really love that kind of stuff. And of course, dress up. And dress up clothes segue into the next section of kids. Category of kids, which is like the age 4 or 5 all the way through, I feel like 12. I think my kids love to dress up at every age. So when my kids were littler, I remember making Natalie a mermaid tail skirt that I think I made it for her 3rd birthday, and it was way too big for her, so she wore it like on up into her older years, and her friends would play with it. The number one thing I made the kids to dress up in was probably these hooded capes. I had just a regular pattern for it, and I'll try to link that in the notes because it was with some costume pattern, but I only used the cape part of it. I made so many capes, princess capes, Harry Potter capes. I made Kelby a brown Jedi robe out of this cape pattern. They love capes. And then for little boys, for gifts, I tend to make them like superhero capes that like Velcro in the front. I just kind of winged it. I didn't make a pattern for it, but I probably should. If you like a super cape pattern, let me know. Or I would, and I drew the Superman logo and then I would make it reversible and put the Batman on the other side. Or I would cut out their initial and put that on there on one side. That was always so fun on. Little boys love super capes, so that's a great idea. But I do think that the #1 universally loved handmade gift for kids is dress-up clothes. Princess dresses, Marvel character costumes for boys, the super capes, that kind of stuff. Hats with like animal ears, anything like that. My kids wore the heck out of that stuff. And you know, when you buy that kind of thing, unless you're buying it at the Disney store, which costs a lot of money, or somewhere like really nice, they fall apart. I don't know if you've had dress-up clothes that are just polyester, barely hemmed, serged seams, not reinforced anywhere. They just tend to fall apart and they look really bad after a little while. When you hand make things, I always make sure I use French seams or serge everything so there's no raveling. Use closures that will last. I like the little cam snaps. So those things lasted for years. The princess dresses I made for my girls lasted forever. Same with the capes, the cloaks, and things like that. So yes, dress up clothes. Great gift idea for any age of child. I would say at least 10 and under, if not even older for some kids. As for patterns for those, I always just use a Simplicity or McCall's pattern, but if you don't live in the US and don't have access to those, maybe you can chime in and say what you've used for dress-up clothes patterns or resources for those. I also know there are books full of them, so I'll try to find a few and link them below too. Okay, keeping on going with the older kids, my other favorite thing to make is dolls. So obviously, if you've been around here for a while, you know that I have a vast collection now of ragdoll patterns for kids. Not just kids. Grown-ups can like them too. Maybe the reason I've made so many is because I think they're fun. So I already showed you the Phoebe Ragdoll collection. I also have the newest mermaid doll pattern. I have a collection of ballerina dolls with the full ballet wardrobe. Someone in the last video said I was holding things up too fast, so I'll try to be slower this time. She comes with leotard, ballet skirt. She also comes with the flat skirt and leg warmers. She even has, look, little lace-up point shoes. Isn't that so cute? I also have my favorite, where is she? Here's a Ruby doll. She comes with a full collection of clothes too. She has bloomers, dress, shorts, shirt, pants, and she has cute yarn hair, very simple to make. I have a video tutorial for it, don't worry. And let's see, the whole collection of animals. And if you're a grandparent sewing for your grandkids, I have grandparent dolls. Where's Grandpa? I lost Grandpa. Okay, so you can make grandparent dolls that look like you and send them to your grandkids. Isn't that cute? I also turned this into an army doll of my husband. He looks just like him. So funny. So for a child whose parent is deployed, it's so sweet to make a little military doll. Oh, and for the dolls, I also have a pattern for these doll sleeping bags. They come in 3 sizes, so they fit these little guys. They fit my dolls and they fit 18-inch American Girl dolls. So sleeping bags are always fun. Any accessories for dolls, there's tons of doll clothes patterns out there too. And I even have a few in my shop of doll clothes that are really easy. I tried not to make them have any fussy seams or tiny hems or anything like that. So one of them is this PJs. Oh, her slippers in the bin. It also has a sleep mask on this pattern. There's a doll dress with bloomers and a hat. There's a collection of doll basics like pants, shirts, shorts, and they work really well for boy dolls. So I always try to make doll clothes for my kids' stockings when they were little. And then my son had a favorite Build-A-Bear. It was a dog. Do they have Build-A-Bear outside the US or something like it? When you go to the store and you pick your bear body and then you stuff it yourself and you put a little heart in it. And then you can buy clothes for it, but the clothes are really expensive, so I used to make him some. And I actually have a blog post of patterns that work for Build-A-Bear. Actually, Cabbage Patch patterns also fit Build-A-Bear. So I used to make my son little Build-A-Bear clothes for his Christmas stocking too. Let's see. Okay, making kids aprons is a fun idea. Kids love to cook. Every kid loves to cook, I think. Teens love to cook too. So if you watch my apron tutorial video, it kind of tells you how to make an apron pattern without a pattern. And so if you can resize it into a kid's size, that's a really good idea. But teens too. Teens would love aprons also. So moving on to the teen years, I have 3 teens right now. I still sew things for them for Christmas. Maybe not as many things, but there's certain things they always want and they always love. And they sometimes ask me to make them for their friends. One of those is definitely Coffee sleeves. I know I've talked about this ad nauseum. I cannot tell you though how many coffee sleeves I have made. Everybody loves them and everybody wants more of them. So go get my coffee sleeve pattern, watch the video, and never wonder what little things to give people ever again. Another thing my teens still like, and kids, this is great for kids too, is pillowcases. I've talked about this one a lot too. Everybody loves a good pillowcase, especially in a fun fabric that they love. So you can get sports fabrics, character fabrics, TV show fabrics, or just beautiful colors that match their room. Oh, I should mention, when my kids were little, my sister on their first birthday made them their own little pillows. She even embroidered on them. That's another really sweet idea for babies and toddlers. They were just little ones, you know, and they were treasured forever. And in fact, I have one bin of keepsakes. We move a lot, so I don't let myself keep that much. But I have one bin of keepsake things, and those are in it. So that's always a good idea too. But back to teens. Teens also love bags. They like these little drawstring pouches. These are great for traveling because they can put their hair stuff in it, or their jewelry in them, or their charging cables, anything like that. And zipper pouches are great for teens, not just girls, also boys, because boys do like and need toiletries bags. So if you made this in a nice manly fabric like denim, put a good metal zipper on it, boys would like these. You can go grab this pattern and watch this video from my shop too. You can make this in any size. A laptop sleeve is another good one, or an iPad sleeve. What else? Book covers. They like, you know, journals and notebooks. You can make a cover for those. Oh, also for teens, room decor is a good one. You have to kind of know the teen pretty well, so they need to be your own teens or teens whose parents you can ask what they like in their room. I've made my kids pillows and pillow covers, even like body pillow covers, things like that. I have tutorials for those. The flower power pillow that I have in my pattern shop is fun for teens. Big floor pillows and fabrics that they like. Bean bags if you can afford the beanbag filling, which I have never wanted to pay that much for. My kids would have liked it. Bean bags are so expensive, so we've never had any. Also, universally loved by all ages, blankets and quilts. This may seem like a big to-do, like you can't make a quilt for everyone on your list. I know that. But you can find simple ways to make blankets and quilts that won't take forever. One time when my girls were younger, I think my son too, she made one. My sister-in-law made them each a big fleece blanket. My daughter's was the Little Mermaid. My other daughter's, I think, was Beauty and the Beast. And then she got satin trim and just sewed it around all the edges, and they were big. They were perfect for movie watching and to put on their bed and things like that. I thought they were a lot better than the Tide fleece blankets. Those fleece blankets, not only are they double layered of fleece, which is polyester, so they're sweaty. So don't give those to like babies because they're so hot. And I just don't feel like they keep their shape when they're tied together like that. So the ribbon, the satin binding that comes on a roll was a great way to make a fleece blanket. And my kids loved those for years and years. I wonder if she knows that. Some simple ways to make quilts. I made my daughter a color block quilt. I have a tutorial for it on my blog. I just made like wide stripes of fabric and then sewed them together and quilted it. When I taught sewing, I taught my teenage students to make quilts with just big 10-inch squares, and then we tied them with yarn the old-fashioned way. So yeah, blankets. Let's see, I think that's all I had to share today. I hope that gives you some good ideas. I will definitely link the things that I've talked about here for you, especially if you need them right now because Christmas is coming. It's less than a month away now. Sorry to scare you. But these are gift ideas that will last all year round. So for birthdays and all kinds of things. I hope this has been helpful. I would absolutely love it if you chimed in the comments and told us what you make for babies, toddlers, kids, and teens, because I'm sure there's plenty of ideas out there that I haven't thought of putting in this video. So until next time, bye. We birthed them, that's what it's called, which makes sense.